Hey everyone, it's Ray. Welcome back to my playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail. In the last episode, we were going to be making our way to Yasulani, but then, Revalations invaded with, those things. Pretty sure this is the Golden City, or what we've seen in, stuff from the, live letters and stuff. This is probably involving Solution 9 and stuff like that. That's what I know from, stuff so far, but anyway. Well, let's see what Alize has to say. Pick up the pieces. Clearly not a person, but it doesn't look like any automaton or magitech weapon I've ever seen. Far as wide as you've traveled, though, perhaps you've encountered something similar before? Would you mind taking a closer look? It may yield clues as to Revalations' new power. Right? Take a look at it. Helm. Place where his eyes or mouth might be, you see a strange sigil on the front of the helm. Corpse itself. From a distance, it appears to be simple armor, but upon closer inspection, its construction is quite intricate. The material from which it's made is unclear, and you see no signs of a power source. The general shape of this weapon resembles a gun, but its construction suggests it's far more advanced than anything you've ever seen before. Well, jack and shit so far. I think it'd be Allegan-like or something. I don't know. So what do you think? It looks like a person, but it's clearly mechanical. At least that's from what I can tell. Indeed, while it resembles a person, it has features that make it uncanny. Lack of a face, not least of all. You see any sign of a power source? Not that I could see. So it probably doesn't run on ceruleum or any other conventional fuels. I tried channeling ether into it earlier, but there was no response. That would seem to rule it out as an arcane entity. It's completely lifeless now. Far cry from the unstoppable enemy it was in battle. Even the material it's made from is a mystery. Rather than metal, it's more akin to stone. Wait, haven't we seen this somewhere recently? We have in the Sky Deep Cenote. That's right, the glowing stone used in the chamber with the gate to the Golden City. While the soldiers are a different color, the warships are the same black as the stone as the gate itself. There has to be a connection. Let's share our observations with the others when we gather at Sunperch. The sooner we get to the bottom of this mystery, the better. Alright. Where is Alize now? In Sunperch. So... where is the closest? Right here. Oh boy. This is intense. Ethernet. Luke Shunsa. Alright, let's make our way in. Looks like everyone's here already.
Thank you for coming, everyone. And thank you for taking charge in the relief effort. We would have fared far worse without you.
Someone had to do it, that's all. Come, let's take stock.
In terms of casualties, at least 50 died in the attack. And many times that number are wounded. All available healers are seen to their care. Structural damage at least is limited, so essential business can be conducted without issue. That said, the people are understandably shaken. We must assuage their fears and begin working to restore things to normal as quickly as possible.
Right.
Now, the most confounding mystery remains our enemy. And their mechanical soldiers created with technology that surpasses anything I've ever seen. What is their nature? And how did Zoralja manage to bring them under his command? Such things remain unknown.
They emerged from the dome encasing Yasolani. We're quite certain of that much.
Speaking of the dome, we have some theories, I'm told.
Indeed. I would like to call upon some helpers to join the discussion. May I invite them here?
By all means.
It's me. Permission has been granted. You can come in.
I have a feeling it's some folks we know.
Greetings, everyone.
Hello, Graha. And Ishtola. Our two favorite cats.
Y'shtola!
Oh, you're calling him Raha
A
now.
long voyage. I had hoped that we might be afforded a moment's rest, but I gather circumstances are quite dire.
I love these two. Oh boy, where to begin?
All is well in the annex, never fear. I've already dealt with the most pressing matters, and others hold the fort in my absence.
Well, you're going on a bit more of an adventure with us, so...
Following the changing of Dawn servants, Gulul Jar Jar spoke about the Golden City to his two successors. Thanks to Wuplamart, I was allowed to attend that meeting. What I heard led me to conclude that this was a matter for the students. Thus did I call upon our comrades who possess the requisite expertise. It was actually after that the dome manifested. But, based on what we know, I have reason to believe that it is connected to the Golden City.
While we're eager to help, we have limited familiarity with the situation. Might we trouble you to explain from the beginning?
Sorry about that. Alright. Go ahead.
As you know, it was a letter I found tucked away in the Baldessian Annex that brought me to Tural. A letter from the Dawn servant, addressed to my grandfather, sent some 20 years ago.
The request to investigate the City of Gold?
Indeed. The strange thing is, there was mention of neither Tural nor the city in our records. Hoping to learn the truth of my grandfather's mission, what he did and saw, I volunteered to help in the rite of succession. At the end of which, I was able to hear the tale from Gulul Jar Jar. Like us, my grandfather went to the deepest chamber of the Sky Deep Cenote. And, like us, he saw the gate to the Golden City.
Is that what you required our help with? This gate?
It was. You see, the gate was opened once in the past. And
It led to another reflection.
What? Shit, just dropping that on us right now.
I can take the story from here. Considering my part in these affairs, I reckon maybe I'm best equipped to speak on the matter. I was there too, you see. In those ruins, together with Galuf and Galul Jaja. And what I saw that day, I'll never forget.
Oh, thank you, Echo. We get a more detailed experience than everyone just hearing it via words. Ah, so this must be Galuf.
This black stone is remarkable. I cannot help but wonder if the structures in this part of the ruins were built by a completely different civilization.
It was over 1,000 years ago that the giants mined here. Their records make no mention of glowing stones.
It harbors high concentrations of ether, and on the surface are what appear to be arcane patterns. They aren't Allagan, or Mahi, or Nemean. If anything, they put me in mind of the calculations of the South Sea Islanders, but even then...
Seven hells! What did you do?
Nothing.
An earthquake?
None of this has ever happened before.
A void gate? Nay, this is different.
Holy shit.
Baby? Now hold on. Why would you...
what's this?
What is this? Who are you?
This is... holy shit. That's Krile.
Though it never opened again, Galuf continued to study the gate for years after that, hoping to learn something of value. All he could conclude was that it was built with unknown technology, and that it led to another world, one apart from the Void.
Holy shit.
We'd assumed the ruins themselves were the Golden City, only to discover that the real prize actually lay beyond the gate, and beyond our reach. Couldn't make head nor tail of the artifact, either. As it had similar properties to the black stone in the ruins, we were convinced it was important, so Galul Jaja took it to the palace for safekeeping. Galuf, meanwhile, took the baby with him back to Sharlayan and raised her as his own.
Then the child was...
Our little Krile. Our little baby.
The earring inside the letter to my grandfather. It was apparently found amongst my swaddling clothes.
If this is true, then it means that you hail from another reflection.
So it would seem. I still struggle to take it all in myself. Looking back, Grandfather was always quick to seek distractions whenever I broached the subject. But never would I have guessed anything like this.
Holy crap, I love this. This is amazing.
But enough about me. We have more pressing matters.
Are you kidding? I have several more questions.
The forces that assailed Tuliyollal. You suspect they are somehow connected to the Golden City?
Thinking back on it, the soldiers look like they could have been made from the same black stone.
And leading them was Zeralja. His involvement also lends weight to the theory. On the day of the succession ceremony, a bandit took me unawares and knocked me out. When I came to, I found my home turned upside down, with a few particular items missing. Namely the keystones I was entrusted with, for my role as Watcher of the Gate.
The bandit? You believe that it was...
I only got a glimpse of him, but I was a blue-scaled Hubigo. I know of no other.
The artifact stored at the palace was also stolen. The thief struck during the ceremony, and the guard was spread thin.
So our assumption is Zeralja somehow opened that gate to another reflection, where he acquired advanced technology and his mechanical army.
It fits. And if he did, then it's also likely that the dome is a product of this unknown reflection.
Hold on. We've been going on and on about the reflections. But what of my home? What's become of it?
It looks like this is a job for the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Indeed. Where it concerns other realities, I dare say the Scions are best suited to tackle the task.
You can say that again. We've been to the literal edge of existence. Some mysterious giant dome shouldn't scare us.
Heck no.
As you know, our order has ostensibly disbanded. We'd thank you to be discreet about our unofficial reunion.
Huh. Worry not. We'll spare no effort to get to the bottom of this. And with our hero eager to help, you can be confident of the results.
Always hyping me up, aren't you, boyfriend?
I'm coming with you. If that's where my brother is, then that's where I must go. I can't say I understand everything you're discussing, but I know what I have to do. I have to put a stop to Zorolja and restore the people's happiness.
Suffice it to say, I share Lamachi's desire to join you. However, under these circumstances, it would be unwise for both vows to be absent from the city. As such, I shall remain in Tuliolal. Come what may, I will protect our nation. So go forth, sister, and do what you must.
Thank you.
It may be prudent for us to likewise divide our forces. While one group ventures into the dome, the other keeps guard without.
Agreed. There's something I wish to investigate out here, so I will remain.
I as well. The enemy's warships still loom overhead, and I would see that we are prepared for the worst.
I wish to go to the dome. As a student, I have an obligation to investigate this potential threat to the world. But I'd be lying if I said I'm not deathly curious about my origins. If there's aught to be learned, then I want to learn it.
In that case, please let me come too. I have to see what's become of my home. I may not be a fighter, but I know those lands like the back of my hand. I can guide you.
Of course.
If you hadn't offered, I would have asked. We're counting on you.
I'm not one for waiting around, so if it's all the same to you, I'll join the dome crew.
You should accompany them, Graha. I expect your knowledge and experience will be useful. In the meantime, I intend to learn what I can about the gate, and will keep you apprised of my findings. Pray do the same.
Assuming communication is possible from inside the dome, we'll maintain contact and share any developments.
It seems our teams are assembled. A fine roster, I think.
Yeah, I think we're good to go.
Looks good to me. We'll find a way to deal with the threat. For the sake of Tural.
Possibly the rest of the
Truly
world.
heartening to have you at our side for this. Thank you, everyone. Now, before we set off, there's one thing I need to do. The people are still shaken by the attack, and I'd like to reassure them as best I can.
Alrighty then. By the way, I am pretty much convinced that everyone is, everyone makes Grahatia somewhat of their partner in some way or form. I love this kitty boy. I'm indebted to Ojika for overseeing the operations of my house. I will endeavor to make myself as useful as I can here. You're a good boy. And you're also one of my favorite cat ladies. Now the reflection approaches on our own. How? Why now? Oh, interesting. I know what I have to do now. Right? Together as one. I know we're in a hurry to be set up, but before we do, I need to address my people. The peace we swore to uphold has been shattered. I need to understand what has happened and how we intend to. Do I want to call an assembly at the Winged Walk and assure we'll all be well? Thinking they are, I don't know how many will come. Those who are most distressed that truly need to hear your words. If you like, I will seek out such souls and encourage them to attend. I'll help too. It's an important step in the city's recovery. Care to join us, Rei'tan? While you handle that, Aaronville and I will see the provisions for our expedition. Thank you. Go ahead and have the Landsguard announce the address. People must first know what's going on before they can decide whether or not they want to hear it. If you would see through the resplendent quarter and Bayside Bevy, Alize, I will split the rest of the city between us. Alrighty. Let's get a move on. Sunperch. Let's go tell the people of this city what's going on as best as we can. Oh boy, I legitimately thought like these invaders or Solution 9 or whatever it's actually going to be called or what it really is. I thought it was just an ancient civilization. I legitimately was not expecting it to be from another fucking reflection, let alone Kriles being from one as well. Holy shit. That I love this game. It always knows how to put me on my ass. Who you all falls to the enemy, what will happen to us? To our homes, our farms, everything we worked so hard to build. Communities and history is all reduced to ash by these merciless villains. Vau Lamont is planning to address the people. Point, what can you bother to possibly have to say? Really? The Dawn Servant have a plan already? Lost so much, yet they're prepared to carry on. Standing around worrying what's to come won't change nothing. It would be a lie to say I'm hopeful for the future, but I will go hear what they intend to do. Right? Level-headed resident. Still can't believe we were attacked. For mercy, my family was spared. Now what I would have done had they come to harm. I understand Vau Lamont I can address soon. Be there, of course. Right? Powerful citizen. Please leave me be. Father is gone. Leave me to mourn. Gulul is slain? Yet Vau Lamont and Valkona still fight for our nation? Us? Very well, if they would speak, the least I can do is listen. Ready? Staring up. Not safe here, not anymore. Tried to leave Toral, but where else is there to go? Look like a well-traveled sort. Please, I can't stay here, but I fear nowhere in Toral is beyond the enemy's reach. Of the lands across the salt. I know. Even if I ran, I'd know I'd regret it in the end. I love Toral. This is my home. I know the Dawn Servants will give their lives to defend her. I'll put my faith in them. Listen to what they have to say. Alright. Find some more people. Jeez, that is like the Empire from Star Wars just looming overhead. Hell is this enemy? I'm more curious and confused all at the same time. Flustered citizen? Whatever it is, I don't have time. I have to finish repairing this cart. There's only so much I can carry on my back when those hollow devils come again. I need to be ready. Val Wuklamat and Val Kona meanwhile, they're young and inexperienced. Barely look after themselves. If we're to survive, I do not know if we can count on them. They're going to strike back at the enemy, so they're resolved to face this. Maybe it's too early to be thinking of running. Alright, I'll go and hear their address. Right? I stock up on food as medicine as much as I can. What else is there? I can't afford to forget anything. Sorry, sir, but I'm busy. Too much to do in too little time. There's no telling when those stone men will return. I have to get out of here and find somewhere safe. Val Wuklamat wants to speak with us? Perhaps she has a plan then. Suppose there's no harm in hearing what she has to say. Randy? Oof. Phew, cleaning up all this is tiring work. Been busy helping as well, I'm guessing? Right now it's tough for everyone, but Kriles won't succumb to this. Leave Dawn Service to protect and lead us. We'll get through it together. Right? Can't leave now. What if those soldiers come back? Why are those strange machines looming overhead? I have so many questions. I see. It would put my mind at ease to learn something, anything of the threat we face. Alright then, I'll go to the Winged Walk. Thank you, I feel better already. It's likely better still once I hear what the Dawn Servants have to say. Alright. Now we go all the way back. Thankfully there's an eighth right here. Back the way we came. Sorry, I shouldn't be singing. Here we go. Wuklamat. Or Lamati. I should be calling her that more. Looks like you've brought quite a few people, thank you. Alysae had actually returned ahead of you, but upon hearing you were still out there, she decided she was unsatisfied with her own efforts and left again. Jesus Christ. Always wanting to one-up me. My apologies for involving you all in Turali affairs. You're simply here helping dear friends in need. Having traveled the lands of Tural, sharing in the rich culture of your people, I can see no other way. What's more, Zoraljan and his army pose a threat to not only Tural, but to the star as a whole. Stand with you. Protect what you hold dear. Thank you. I don't expect you've had much, if any, rest. How are you holding up? I'm fine, thanks to a little encouragement from Rei'tan. You needn't worry about me either. Whatever weariness I feel is no match for my desire to help my people. We will restore peace in the nation and preserve our father's legacy. And it begins by speaking to the people from our hearts. Right. We need to see a few things first, but feel free to go ahead to the plaza and wait. Father raised them well. That he did.
Namachi, are you all right?
Yes, don't worry. I'm ready for it. The fear, and sadness, and anger. Everything.
I am the reason to your resolve. But more than that, I am your brother. You needn't bear this burden alone. Remember this.
As you likely already know, my father, our former Dawn servant, lost his life in the recent attack. He challenged the enemy leader to a duel and fought with skill and valor, and for a moment we believed he had won. But wielding an unknown power, his foe returned from death and struck him down. I could only watch as this happened. I could not tarnish my father's honor by interfering. Many of you have suffered terribly. You've taken wounds. You've lost friends and family. As vow of resolve, I failed in my duty to protect you. Words can't express the shame and regret I feel. And as much as it pains me to reveal this, the enemy leader was none other than my brother Zoralsha.
Zoralsha? It's true! I saw him!
We believe he staged the attack from Yasulani, which has been encased within a mysterious dome. I know that you're concerned for your loved ones there as well. But mark my words, I won't let Zoralsha torment us any further. Our father gave his life to protect our nation, and I'm prepared to do the same.
You say that, but those metal monstrosities are still up there in the sky. What are you going to do about them?
You got this, Lamati.
The enemy is still on our doorstep, and waiting for them to strike again accomplishes nothing. That's why we're going to strike first. We are going to take the battle straight to Zoralsha and put an end to it all.
And while my sister sallies forth, I will take charge of the city's defenses. Not another soul will come to harm. We swear to you.
Like our father before us, we will lead with resolve and reason to restore peace to our nation. So please, have patience and faith.
So the resolve goes on the attack, while reason shores up the defenses. Sounds like a fine plan. Needless to say, you can count on my sword. Dural's my home, and I'll do my part for it. Hear, hear, brother. That makes two of us. Or was that two of we? Never mind that. What of the rest of you? Will you let others do the work? Or will you do your part and fight?
We fight! We fight! We're Tuliolans because we're united! We'll stand with you and weather this storm!
He's right. This is our nation, and it falls to us to protect it.
We'll fight too! For Tuliolal!
Me too! Me too!
We're all together in this!
Nice. It's nice to see Bakul having a good turnaround.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
He's
We've
no
already
longer
learned
being a
much about
fucking
our
fraud.
And we will continue to learn more. In time, we will have the means to make their warships fall from the sky. When we join hands with our countrymen and our allies from afar, we're stronger than we dare to hope. Together, let us show the enemy the might of Tuliolal.
You are the beating heart of our nation. Each and every one of you.
I knew you had
Uncertain
this.
days lie ahead. But for now, I ask you to persevere. To go about your lives as you always do. Only then can we ensure we have the resources to see our nation through these trials. And when the time comes, we will strike. Tuliolal will not fall. We will prevail, and peace and happiness will be ours again.
Alright then. Well, quite a rousing speech. Hopefully, we can do what we need to do. Listening to Wuklamat and Kona, I was reminded of my time in the First. While the Exarch was no king, I often found myself speaking before the people of Crystarium in like manner. And through their deeds, they answered me. The of Tural too will rise to the occasion. This I can tell. Alright. Fix up the glamour. Alfino. Yasulani's shadow. Well, the hour of departure is at hand. Those of us remaining here shall accompany you part of the way. I, for one, would like to see the dome firsthand. Set forth as soon as everyone is ready. I will inform Wuklamat that... There you all are! Ah, Lamati. We were just planning to call on you. Are you ready to leave? I am. Seeing the people come together as one, knowing they haven't given up hope, was all the encouragement I could ask for. You got this. Alright then, let's get going. We leave for the Jacques Toral Skygate. Let us go, let us go, let us go. Alright, let me just quickly grab the Aetheryte, warp to the gate. So what we're going to learn next. There we go. Still not used to the way this Aetheryte is laid out, so take some time. Anyway, there's everyone. Right? Amity? Everyone's here? Good. This is it, my friends. Go to strike down Zoral Ja and secure peace for Tuliolal. We'll be passing through Shaloni, where there'll be reports of enemy movement, so stay sharp. Jeez, there's so many warships. The Landsguard told me about them. They emerged from the dome in quick succession, took to looming overhead. Play of force, like the vessels in Tuliolal. Indeed. While they haven't taken any aggressive actions, I want to see how things are in this area before moving on. We'll be passing a few settlements on our way to Shaloni Station. Perfect opportunity to look around. In that case, Rei'tan and I know a few locals who can help. Then let's divide into two groups. Aaronville, Alizé, and Rei'tan will come with me to inquire with the locals. Meanwhile, the rest of you can go inspect the dome. Understood. Once everyone is finished, let us reconvene at Shaloni Station. Alrighty then. And start with the Huatsawi. That's where the Dustwatch is based, if I remember correctly. We do. Sheriff Maka should be able to tell us a few things. Alright. I'm just going to warp because that's a bit of a long walk. Let's see. Alright, Kamaka. Oh, it's you two, and I'll be. Now Wuklamat as well. You're Sheriff of the Dustwatch, yes? What's the situation here in Huatsui? Well, the enemy hasn't tried to pick a fight with us yet. The ships gave us a shock when they first appeared. They've just been floating there, holding position. That said, I received some unsettling reports from somewhere. We've been investigating to the extent we can, but we're spread thin and haven't looked in on Shinizewi Springs yet. Apparently mechanical soldiers were seen in the vicinity. What? If this is true, then the people are in danger. Worry about the other townships as well. If the rest of you could head to the springs, I will pay a visit to Mewatson. I'll accompany Arabelle. See you all in a while. Alright. Now, Shinizewi Springs. Yeesh. Looming threat overhead. And all's clear this way. Mechanical soldiers don't seem to be in the area. Still, we should talk to the locals. Let's each make rounds and see what we can learn. Alrighty? Railroad clerk. Oh, you're the one who helped us the other day. Alika and the others are out investigating, and they've confirmed that Nikowikwe is safe. It was after the train had begun its journey back that the dome appeared. Those who were riding the train then are all fine, but we don't know what's become of those who disembarked in Yasunani. Ah, what a mess, and just after we finished fixing the tracks. Right? Mechanical soldier. Here's been run through with a pole arm. Oh, I think I know who did that. Oh, no, that's a quest. I don't know what I was thinking. Yate? Rei'tan, you came. As you can see, we're still doing alright. As the ships appeared in the sky, soldiers clad in white showed up and surrounded the town. To our surprise and relief, a traveler came along and dealt with them all in a flash. I'll never forget the way he soared through the air, spear in hand. I never had the chance to ask his name. We're all safe thanks to him, but I can't say the same for those in Yassilani. I haven't heard from anyone there. I hope Namika is well. Right? I got caught on something. You hear about the Spearman as well? That couldn't be anyone else. What's this? Someone spreading more gossip about me? There we go. There's our favorite Dragoon. Talk of how I saved the town's travels fast. That's not through the help of my friend here, of course. We gave those machines a real beating. Thought you'd come sooner or later. Do you know what's happening? Though you're indeed the one keeping the people safe. Thank you. Think nothing of it. The automata aren't particularly strong. But the rumors are too true. Gulul Jaja is slain? I'm afraid so. The Royal Jah used some dirty trick to get the better of him. They can pay for what he's done, mark my words. Going to help her, I assume? Of course. I see. With your contingent, you won't lack for strength, in which case I will remain in Shaloni and keep an eye on things. That helps us more than you know. I'll send word to my brother before we set off. If you find yourself in trouble, don't hesitate to contact Kona. Kona? Brother? Wait a second. You're the Vow of Resolve? I am, and you're Zakoa, right? I'll be counting on you to keep everyone here safe. Absolutely! If more of those hollow men show up, I'll send them packing. I'm the fastest gun in Shaloni, after all. Rei'tan can attest to that. Well, you are pretty good. Glad to hear it. We'll leave Shaloni in your capable hands. Let's get patrolling right away, then. Stay safe out there. Don't do anything reckless. Wasted words, eh? Just do what comes naturally. You know how I roll. Right then, it's time we head to the station and join the others. Yes, let's. Let me just go ahead and mount up. And make our way forward. Just avoid this Nopale tender. Ah! No going through that. Alright, Ishtola. What news do you have? Thanks to Astinian, there were no casualties to speak of in Shaloni. The Histara was safe as well. At the very least, there was no sightings of soldiers there. What about the dome? Did you learn anything of note? It's composed of exceedingly high concentrations of lightning energy. To even touch the barrier would prove fatal. When approaching it, we must exercise all caution. And how are we supposed to get inside? If Zoralja and his army emerge from within, there ought to be an entrance. An entrance, you say? It so happens we might have an inkling where one is. These are the engineers of Dawntrail Railing, which operates the train between Shaloni and Yassilani. When we went out to recover the train, we had ourselves look at the dome through a telescope. When we saw it, a large fortress-like structure that looked like it straddled the dome's edge. You're telling us part of it is inside and part of it outside? Seems to be the case, yes. While we observed only from afar, there were soldiers coming in, going from it. From that, I say it serves as a passage between the outside world and whatever's inside. But as you expect, the area was heavily defended, so easy to get near. You know what became of the passengers who went to Yasuloni? Uklamat's nursemaid was among them, a woman named Namika. What? I'm afraid not. Only those passengers who are headed back here are accounted for. I can say for a fact that everything was fine when I arrived in Yasulani. But when that big tremor struck, not long after we left the station, I hit the emergency brakes and looked back, and all I could see was the dome. What's more, the fortress sits right on the tracks of all places. What are the odds of that, eh? Assuming this fortress serves as a means to pass through the dome, first determine how we're to reach it undetected. I don't care if we're detected. I say we smash our way inside. Despite how it sounds, I actually gave this some thought. Uralja wants me to prove that I'm my father's worthy successor. If I fail, he'll destroy Turi Olal. By charging in head-on, I make my intentions plain as day. Doing so, keeps his eye on me. Bold strategy. I like it. Of course, your plan will be no good if you're cut down before reaching their base. What you need is something that'll get you there quick and break through their defenses with a single decisive blow. We have just that. Since the tracks go straight to the fortress, we can reinforce our train with armor, load her with all the fuel she'll carry, and send her hurtling and to explode on impact. Chief, have you gone insane? You were just saying how relieved that the train is one plate. You were just relieved on... I cannot talk today. You were just saying how relieved you were the train's in one piece. Now you want to turn it into a bomb? Train's not important. Our dream was to have the railroads running from coast to coast, remember? These invaders have their way, there may not be any more railroads, let alone trains to run on them. Is that what you want? Sacrifice we have to make. These good folks are willing to put their lives on the line and get inside that dome and put a stop to all this. The least we can do is help them. Chief! Listen, no matter how hard things may get, no matter how many times we fail, we can always get back up. As long as we're alive, we can always build another train. So have faith and quit your complaining. But if we fall really, really hard, then there's no getting back up if we're dead. No one's dying on this train. I'll see to it myself. Needless to say, this will be a one-way trip, and we'll need to jump off at the last moment. Don't want to go out in a blaze of glory. You alright with that? There's no change in your mind, is there? Just promise me you'll be careful out there, honey. Sorrows to drown. Seeing as I've never had a drink in my life, I certainly hope not. Be a lie to say the loss of the train doesn't concern me. But with good friends and my loving wife besides me, that's all I really need in the end. And you really are different from your other counterpart. Well, at least it'll go down as the legendary train that saved Toral. That it will, but first we've got the work to do to see she looks the part. I don't know much about Magitech, but if there's anything I can do to help, you need but say the word. We'll keep that in mind. If any of you are willing to and able to lend a hand, there's work that needs doing all over at the storehouse. Seems we have a path forward. I believe it's a good time for me to return to Tulial and inform Kona of the situation. I shall return as well. We have new investigations to pursue. Dome's elemental aspect is similar to that of the gate in the Golden City. If we can identify a connection, we may learn something of use in our fight. One mystery after the next, but at least we're not without clues. May not be easy, but I know we can get through this together. Alright. Even only just having met them, I can see how important the train is to Walika and the engineers. Can't let their sacrifice be for nothing. Alright? Raha. Putting plans in the locomotion. While I have no objections to the plan itself, I have one concern. How can we be certain Zoral Ja will not strike Tulial in retaliation? I considered the possibility, but when my brother told me to come and prove myself, I meant it. He wants to show that his kingdom is superior to Tulial, and it'll give him no satisfaction to attack when he knows I'm not there. No, he'll be waiting inside the dome, waiting for us to challenge him so he can crush us and prove his strength. Indeed, if anything, we're more likely to put Tulial in danger by not taking the fight to him. So we indulge Zoral Ja, at least until Tulial has shored up its defenses. Right, charge in from the front and keep his eyes on us. During which time, Kona will find a way to fortify Tulial. You believe this is the best course, and we shall trust in your judgment. Perhaps there will be no small amount of enemy resistance, but we will do all in our power to assist you. Thank you. Well, time is of the essence. Let's go and see what's left to be done for the train. Alrighty then. Well, we're going to go ahead and end the episode off here. There's going to be a lot to come, and I'm willing to bet that another dungeon is going to pop up sooner or later. So, until then, this has been Ray, signing out. Later, guys, and have a good day.